A meditation on divine health is now. Session 3 by Dr. Roy E. Richmond. If you can, be in a quiet place that you won't be disturbed, maybe laying in your bed or sitting in a recliner or a chair, and just intentionally focus on the words that I will be reading to you and that I will have you to repeat back to yourself. Take a moment and take in a deep breath through your nostrils, and then slowly release the air through your mouth. And do this 5 times, and we will do more during the meditation. Know that you are the presence of Elohim. Elohim is the correct word rather than God. So you are the presence of Elohim breath. You are the breath of Elohim. You are the plural of Elohim. You are one. In Elohim there is no opposites. There is no separation. There's only one. Luke 10:19 in a metaphysical understanding states, awareness is given clarity and authority to stand above every subtle, fear-producing suggestion and every stinging, draining pattern of thought, and over all influence that once appeared to govern life, and nothing arising these distorted systems has any power to harm, because where awareness is aligned with truth, limitation has no agreement, and therefore no effect, and divine health remains uninterrupted. From this statement, I recognize the authority given within awareness. This authority is not dominance over something external, but clarity over what no longer has permission to govern me. What once appeared threatening is now understood. What is understood no longer controls. Serpents and scorpions do not describe creatures of force, but patterns of thought that sting and inject fear or coil around awareness through subtle suggestions. These patterns lose their effect when awareness is awake. They do not need to be fought. They cannot operate where truth is recognized. To tread upon something is to stand above it in understanding. I do not avoid limitation, I outgrow it. I do not fear suggestion, diagnosis, or inherited belief systems. They are beneath awareness when awareness is aligned within truth. Nothing that moves from opposition can harm me, because harm requires agreement. I withdraw my agreement now. What has no agreement has no authority. Divine health is not defended, it governs. This authority is not future, it is present. It is not conditional, it is given meaning, it is already mine to live from. I do not wait to step into it, I recognize that I am standing in it now. Repeat these 5 statements with me. I remain here. Awareness is clear. Authority is settled. Nothing has power over my well-being. Divine health is present, active, and permanent. Continue breathing slowly in through your nostrils and out through your mouth. Romans 8:2. Now, the intensified way of life is lived through conscious participation with holy breath by remaining in continual contact with the divine mind. Just as Jesus lived in uninterrupted contact with Father, and this lived alignment has already released all from the governing prescriptions of the Mosaic Law. Therefore, the awareness is no longer bound to doing to be systems, ritual obligations, or appeasement through dead animals, blood offerings, seeds, fruits, gold, or silver, because life is no longer negotiated through sacrifice, but expressed freely through union. From this understanding, I rest in the awareness of now, not later, not someday, now. The intensified prescription of life is not a rule to follow, but a way of being to remain conscious of. It is living from holy breath by staying in contact with the divine mind, just as Jesus lived openly, freely, and without interruption. This contact is not a strain or discipline. It is a relationship. It is an awareness that remains aligned with Elohim breath within, not through effort, but through recognition. As this contact is lived, deliverance is not achieved, it is realized. What once bound awareness loses its authority naturally. The prescription of the Mosaic Law no longer governs me. I am not measured by doing to be. I am not evaluated by performance, sacrifice, or appeasement. The law that required continual offering was never life. It was to be a tutor pointing toward freedom, and freedom has now been revealed. There is no more drudgery in my oneness, as in Elohim. I do not bring dead animals, bloody sacrifices, seeds, fruits, or anything to gain favor. Favor is not earned. Favor is my identity. What I offer now is awareness, presence, and agreement with truth. Life is not negotiated. Life is lived. Divine health is not maintained by ritual. Divine health flows from contact. As I remain aware of the divine mind within, life governs me effortlessly. Repeat these after me. I remain here. I live from holy breath. I stay in contact with the divine mind. No law binds me. Divine health is present, active, and permanent. Romans 8:11. You are invited to recognize that the same holy breath that lived in and as Jesus, the breath that awakened and roused him from the awareness of death, now resides and rests within you. And that same holy breath that enlivened the Master Comforter Messenger Jesus from the death realm also continually enlivens your body, even where it once appeared liable to decay. But this vitality is not conditional or external, but flows from the reality that Father eternally dwells within you. I become aware of the same holy breath that was in and as Jesus. This breath did not arrive for a moment and then departed. It awakened, roused, and revealed life where death was believed to reign. That same breath now resides in me, not striving, not laboring, but resting. This breath is not visiting my life. It is dwelling within me as me. What awakened Jesus from the belief of death is present here, now, as living in reality. Resurrection is not an event from the past. It is the ongoing expression of life awakening awareness. The body that once seemed liable to decay is not abandoned or replaced. It is enlivened. Life does not reject embodiment. Life fills it. What appeared mortal is absorbed into what is eternal. This is not force. This is an infusion. The breath that raised the Master consecrated messenger Jesus does not work from outside me. It works as me. It enlivens every part of my body naturally because it already lives here. There is no distance between the source and the expression. This is true because Elohim breath eternally dwells in me, not temporarily, not conditionally, eternally. Where breath dwells, life governs. Where life governs, divine health expresses itself without resistance. Repeat these 5 statements after me. I do not wait for life to come to my body. Life is already present within it. The breath enlivens me. Divine health is revealed now, and it remains. First Corinthians 6:13. The body is not designed to be governed by temporary appetites or external demands, for those things pass and lose their relevance. Still, the body itself belongs to life and is meant for the expression of breath, and breath is committed to the body. So embodiment is not accidental or expendable. Still, the chosen place where divine life is lived, sustained, and revealed in divine health is the place that it's seen. I become aware that the body is not an appetite-driven vessel, nor a disposable container. The body has purpose. It is designed for life. It is meant to express divine intention, not to be ruled by impulse, fear, or limitation. Food is temporary. Appetites shift. Systems change. But the body itself is not temporary in purpose. The visibility of myself belongs to the unfolding of life. It is not separate from spiritual reality. It is included in it. The body is not meant to be misused, neglected, or condemned. It is intended to express divine life. It is for the breath, and the breath is for the body. There is mutual belonging, not hierarchy, and not separation. Life does not abandon the body. Life commits to it. Elohim is not indifferent to embodiment. Elohim is invested in it. Where the breath dwells, the body is sustained, ordered, and enlivened. I no longer see my body as secondary or suspect. I see it as the place where life chooses to express itself. Divine health is not applied to the body. Divine health flows through it naturally because life inhabits it. Repeat these 5 statements after me. I remain here. My body belongs to life. Life belongs to my body. There is no division. Divine health is present, active, and permanent. Continue to take breaths through your nostrils and breathe out that breath through your mouth very slowly as we continue on. You're relaxing at the presence of Elohim, and you're hearing the voice, the words of Elohim spoken to your inward ear, your single ear, if you would. You're seeing these things with your single eye. 1 Corinthians 6:15. Do you not recognize that your bodies are living expressions and members of the ecclesia, the gathered movement and action of divine life, and therefore cannot be joined to identities, systems, or agreements that fragment awareness or diminish life? For such misplaced union is incompatible with truth. Elohim breath does not permit division within what belongs to wholeness, because right union preserves integrity, alignment, and the uninterrupted expression of divine health. I become aware of the truth of my body's belonging. My body is not separate from the ecclesia. It is not outside the gathered expression of divine life. My body is a living member of that expression, not symbolic, not separate, not secondary, but included fully. To be a member of the ecclesia is not about attendance or affiliation. It's about participation. It means my body participates in what life is doing. It carries presence. It carries purpose. It carries union. I no longer divide myself into spiritual and physical compartments. I do not treat the body as something to be joined casually to lesser identities. What Scripture calls a hearted is not merely behavior, but misplaced union, awareness attaching itself to systems, beliefs, or identities that do not honor life. Elohim breath forbids this, not as a command of fear, but as a truth of incompatibility. What belongs to divine life cannot be joined to what diminishes it, not because it's punished, but because it does not fit. Union determines expression. Repeat these statements after me, please. My body belongs to life. It belongs to truth. It belongs to the gathered movement and divine expression in the earth. I do not give over to identities rooted in lack, rooted in fear, or rooted in doing to be systems. I remain here. My body is a member of the ecclesia. I live in the right union. Nothing less defines me. Divine health flows through me, what belongs to life. First Corinthians 6:19 through 20. Do you not recognize that your embodied life is the dwelling place of the holy breath, present within you, originating from Elohim Ruach breath? And you do not exist as a separate possession unto yourself, for you are one of value, established in worth by indwelling life itself. Therefore, enlarge breath within your understanding. Allow awareness to expand beyond limitation, so that what breath indwells is honored, aligned, and lived out in wholeness and divine health. Now just pause here in your awareness and allow this awareness to settle into recognition. You are not merely a physical structure moving through life. You are the dwelling place of holy breath. Breath is not visiting in you. Breath abides in you. What you carry is not lesser or temporary. It is the divine presence expressed inwardly and outwardly. This breath within you is not self-generated. It is of Elohim Ruach breath. It originates in source and rests here by design. You are not independent of life, nor isolated from it. You belong to what breath is doing on the earth, and your body is included in that purpose. You are not your own in the sense of separation or self-possession. You are not abandoned to chance, to decline, or misuse. You are held in value. You're recognized as precious. What is valued is cared for, sustained, and honored by life itself. To be of value is not about a price or performance. It's about worth established by indwelling breath. Because breath dwells here, this body of yours matters. This awareness of yours matters. This life of yours matters. Therefore, take a deep breath into your understanding. Expand awareness beyond limitations, beyond inherited consequences thinking, beyond small identity. Do not let your thinking be filled and shaped and governed by anything but breath. Release any fear. Release any doubt. Release any feeling of not being loved. As understanding enlarges, your body responds naturally. Your entire being does. Divine health is not imposed, it flows. Where breath is recognized, life orders itself. Where life orders itself, wholeness remains. Repeat these 4 statements. I am here. Holy breath dwells in me. I am of value. My understanding is enlarged. Divine health is present, active, and permanent. Now take in a deep breath through your nostrils and slowly blow the breath out, and do this 4 more times. Galatians 3:13. Jesus' mandate, mission, and teaching ministry have rescued all people from a distorted and diminished way of living that arose from seeking righteousness through the Mosaic law and regulation-based religion, not by absorbing punishment, but by revelation. And if they embrace that understanding, they will truly be free. Still, by correcting mankind's false identity of themselves and of Elohim that the law produced, for what was written reveals that awareness is brought low whenever it clings to false teaching. And where that mistaken identity is released, life rises freely, restored to its regular expression of wholeness and divine health. The only thing that's left to do is release by faith everything that's hindering life. From this understanding, I become aware that what Jesus fulfilled was not a legal demand, but a corrective revelation. His mandate, mission, and teaching ministry did not rescue people from Elohim, but from a distorted awareness of both themselves and Elohim. What needed deliverance was identity, not standing. The life produced by seeking righteousness through the Mosaic law was never an everyday life. It was diminished in existence. It was shaped by regulation, by fear, comparison, and endless measuring. It trained awareness to look outward for approval and inward for failure. That life was despicable and miserable, not because people were wrong, but because the system was. Jesus did not absorb punishment. He corrected perception. He revealed what life looks like when rule, rituals, or religious regulations no longer define identity. In doing so, he rescued all people from the false self created by law-based identity. What Scripture describes as being brought down is not cursed by Elohim. It is an awareness hanging on to false teaching. Any system that teaches separation, lack, or conditional worth weighs awareness downward. It bends life. It restricts expression. It produces sickness, strain, and decay because it denies truth. Release does not come through rebellion, but through recognition. As false teachings let go, awareness arises naturally. What was weighed down lifts. What was compromised expands. Divine life resumes its normal flow. I do not return to the religion of that regulation. I do not measure myself by performance or obedience to systems that never gave life. I live by a corrected identity. I know who I am. I know who Elohim is, and we are one. Repeat these 5 statements, please. I remain here. False identity is released. True identity stands revealed. Life flows freely again. Divine health is present, active, and permanent. Ephesians 4:27. Do not yield any attention to that which is of no power or consequences in your life. I become aware of where my attention rests. I recognize that not everything seeking my focus deserves it. Some thoughts, impressions, and narratives only appear powerful because attention has been given to them. I gently withdraw that attention now. I do not wrestle with what has no authority. I do not argue with what has no substance. I refuse to yield awareness to anything that carries no power or consequences in my life. What is not nourished by attention cannot remain active. I no longer give place to fear-based thoughts, inherited consequences thinking, or false identity narratives. These have no foundation in truth. They do not originate in life, and therefore they have no claim on my body or my awareness. As attention returns to what is real, rest follows naturally. Divine life does not compete, it governs. Where awareness aligns with truth, divine health expresses itself without effort or interpretation. Repeat these 5 statements, please. I remain present. I remain attentive to truth. I give no space to what lacks power. My awareness is settled. Divine health remains present, active, and permanent. Hebrews 2:14. For as much then as the immature sons and daughters of Elohim associated with which is external, what is frailties and passions, as carnally-minded thinkers and law-minded, he also himself had compassion for them, and that by entering into the societal death judgment of the world, he might destroy and render entirely idle or useless, abolish and cease, and did away with, and made none effect, and brought to naught, and vanished away, and made void that power of death, that is, the traducing Mosaic law and self-condemnation. Once uncovered and ceased to function, then life resumes its natural expression and freedom of divine life. I recognize that this passage is not speaking of punishment, violence, or substitution, but of compassion and identification. The immature sons and daughters of Elohim had associated themselves with what is external, frail, temporary, and governed by fear. Carnal awareness and law-based thinking shaped how life was perceived, measured, and judged. Jesus did not come to condemn this condition. He had compassion for it. Compassion is not pity. Compassion is the willingness to enter the experience to dissolve its false conclusions. He entered fully into the societal judgment of death, but not because death was real, but because the belief in death had power only through agreement. What is described as destroying death does not mean battling an enemy. It means rendering it idle, useless, and without effect. The Greek meaning makes this unmistakably clear. Death was not defeated by force. It was emptied of authority. It was made void. Death's so-called power was never inherited. It came from the traducing Mosaic law and the self-condemnation it produced. Law-based identity taught people to judge themselves as separate and deficient and failing. That judgment created fear. Fear created strain. Strain expressed itself as a sickness, a decay, and limitation. By entering into this law-driven judgment system, Jesus exposed it. He did not reinforce it. He brought it to nothing. The law that condemned was rendered inoperative. The inner voice of accusation lost its platform. What once governed awareness ceased to function. This is not future truth. This is present reality. The power of death is not diminishing. It has no power because there is no real death. The fear of death has already been made void. It only appears active where law-based thinking is still believed. Where identity is corrected, death has nothing to operate through. Repeat after me. I no longer associate with frailty as identity. I no longer live from self-condemnation. The law that accuses is rendered powerless. Death has no authority in me. I rest in corrected identity. I live from compassion revealed. Life governs me now. Divine health is present, active, and permanent. Colossians 1:12. Giving thanks unto Elohim Ruach Breath, who has already enabled us to participate as partakers in the inheritance of being holy, meaning whole and undivided, and to shine as light. For this inheritance is not earned or awaited, but received through awakened awareness, if life recognizes itself. Naturally, it expresses clarity, illumination, and divine health from within. I settle into gratitude, not as a practice to gain favor, but as a recognition of what is already true. I give thanks to Elohim, not for what may come, but for what has already been enabled within me. Gratitude rises naturally when awareness sees clearly. My breath within has helped me. I was not left to qualify myself. I was not required to earn access. I have been made able to participate fully in the inheritance that belongs to all and to experience it through those who live from holy awareness. This inheritance is not delayed, partial, or symbolic. It is present now. To be holy is not to be separate from life, but to live from true identity. Holiness is wholeness. It is the sacred self living undivided, no longer fragmented by fear, law, or self-judgment. This inheritance includes divine health, clarity, stability, and rest. It also recognizes that I am enabled to shine as light. Light does not strain to shine. It simply is what it is. I exist as the light of my world. As awareness lives from truth, illumination happens naturally. What was hidden becomes clear. What was confused finds order. This inheritance is shared, not hoarded. It is participated in, not guarded. I am a partaker now. I do not wait for qualification. I live from enablement. Repeat after me. I remain here. I give thanks freely. I partake fully. I shine naturally. Divine health flows from who I exist. Colossians 1:13. Through Jesus' teachings, our awareness has been released from the assumed authority of carnal understanding and transferred into a lived reality of the kingdom, the reign of being a loved son or daughter. In the same manner that Elohim breath loved him, so that perception is no longer shaped by fear, separation, or adhering to be systems, but beloved identity, union, and the natural expression of life and divine health. I become aware that deliverance is not rescue from a place, but release from a way of seeing. What Elohim has done through teaching is not removal from the world, but liberation from carnal awareness and understanding, the awareness that measures life through fear, limitation, and appearance. Carnal understanding once claimed power because it shaped perception. It named lack as reality. It named decay as usual. It named separation as truth. But that power was never real. It was assumed, and what is assumed can be released. We do that through these meditations. My awareness has been transformed, not someday, not gradually, already. I no longer live from a divided way of seeing. I now live from a kingdom, not a location, but a consciousness, the reign of love known inwardly. This kingdom is the awareness of being a loved son or daughter. Love is not a reward here. It is the atmosphere. It is the context. It's how love is lived. Just as Jesus lived, knowing Elohim breath loved him, so I live from that same knowing now. We're even more than sons and daughters. We are one. I do not travel back and forth between identities. I remain. Awareness rests where love governs. Where love governs, fear dissolves. Where fear dissolves, the body finds rest. I do not strive to escape old understanding. I outgrow it. I do not battle it. I no longer feed it. Awareness is shifted, and life follows where awareness goes. Please repeat after me. I remain here. I live from beloved identity. My awareness abides in love's reign. Carnal understanding no longer governs me. Divine health flows naturally from where I dwell. Colossians 1:14. In this union we have riddance from everything that once hindered life, meaning the release from mistaken identity regarding ourselves and Elohim, so that separation, fear, and self-condemnation loses their hold. And awareness rests in freedom, allowing life to flow unobstructed in wholeness and divine health. I become aware that what has been given is riddance, not improvement, not management, not delay, not trying to become better. Everything that once hindered life has been removed, not by effort, but by revelation. What obstructed freedom was never an external circumstance, but a mistaken identity. This riddance is not escape from punishment, but liberty from misunderstanding. The burden lifted is not guilt, but false perception, false conclusions about myself and about Elohim. What separated awareness from rest has been dissolved. I no longer carry images of myself as lacking, fallen, or distant from Source. I no longer carry images of Elohim as demanding, withholding, or divided. These distortions have no authority. They have been rendered obsolete. Freedom is not something I move toward. It is something I awaken to. As mistaken identity releases, life flows without resistance. What once constrained expression loses its grip naturally. Divine health is not blocked where identity is apparent. The body no longer bears the weight of misunderstanding. It responds to truth effortlessly when awareness rests in freedom. Repeat these after me again. I remain here. All hindrances removed. Mistaken identity is dissolved. I am free to live from truth. Divine health is present, active, and permanent. James 4:7. Attentively listen to the voice of Elohim breath within, allowing awareness to align with what is true, and refuse agreement with traducing lies that distort identity perception, as an agreement is withdrawn, those lies lose their footing and quietly vanish from awareness, leaving clarity, rest, and the uninterrupted expression of divine health. I gently turn my attention inward and listen attentively to the voice of Elohim breath within me. This listening is not strained or forced. It is quiet recognition. I do not only search for guidance outside myself, I allow truth to speak where it already resides. As I listen, alignment happens naturally. I'm not submitting to fear or authority. I am yielding awareness to what is real. Where awareness lines with breath, clarity settles in and rest follows. I do not battle lies. I do not argue with them. I do not battle my past. I recognize them for what they are, distortions without substance or authority. To resist here is not to fight, it is to refuse agreement. What has no agreement has no place to remain. As action stays with truth, traducing lies lose their footing. As attention stays with truth, traducing lies lose their footing. They do not retreat dramatically. They vanish quietly. They dissolve because they are no longer believed, no longer fed, no longer hosted in awareness. Repeat these statements after me. I remain attentive. I listen to the voice within. I give no agreement to distortion. What is false fades away. Divine health remains steady, present, and permanent. James 5:14-15. If there is any weakness in understanding among you, let such a one invite those grounded in an awakened awareness within the ecclesia, and let them speak with clarity and teaching the nature and character and authority of breath already dwelling within. And those conversations, rooted not in carnal belief, but in Elohim's faith in us, restores wholeness to those who have labored under the strain of the law. As breath gently raises awareness, if one has forgotten their identity as a son or daughter of Elohim, that mistaken awareness is released and restored to the lived truth of oneness, allowing life to flow freely again in divine health. I become aware here that weakness is not failure, nor is it shameful. Weakness reveals a place where awareness has grown weary from carrying what it was never meant to bear. In that moment, there is no call for isolation, striving, or self-correction. There is an invitation to connection. Calling for the elders of the ecclesia invites those grounded in awareness to speak truth into that moment. These are not authorities over me, but companions in clarity. They do not perform a ritual, they speak, they remind, they teach the nature, the character, and authority of breath already within me. What is spoken is not persuasion directed toward Elohim, it is conversation directed toward awareness. These conversations are rooted in faith, not by faith toward Elohim, but Elohim's faith in me. That faith carries certainty, trust, and confidence in what I already am. As this truth is spoken and received, wholeness rises naturally. Those who have toiled under strain find rest. The burden lifts not because something external has changed, but because awareness has been restored. Breath raises awareness gently, without force or without delay. If there has been confusion about identity, if one has forgotten their place as a son or daughter of Elohim, there is no condemnation, there is restoration. Identity is remembered, separation dissolves, oneness is recognized again. Divine health is revealed where identity is apparent. The body responds as awareness returns to truth. Nothing is forced, nothing is missing. Life resumes its natural expression. Repeat after me. I remain here. I am supported in clarity. Breath speaks truth within me. My awareness is raised. I live from oneness. Divine health is present, active, and permanent. 1 Peter 2:24. He himself revealed the distorted identities and mistaken conclusions of humanity with an embodied experience and exposed them openly upon the tree, so that we, having ceased identifying with those distortions, might live from aligned awareness and right seeing, through which unveiling and release it brings divine health in every part of our being. Divine health is not just physically, but it's also mentally. It's our awareness. It's already present. It's uninterrupted and naturally expressed as life resumes its proper order. From this, I recognize that what was carried was not punishment assigned by Elohim, but the full weight of mistaken identity lived out in the body of humanity. What Scripture calls sin is not acts needing payment, but false conclusions about who we are and who Elohim is. These distortions were brought into open, not hidden, not reinforced, but exposed. The tree is not an altar of violence, but a place of unveiling. What was nailed there was not humanity, but false identity. What died was not the sacred self, but the belief that we were separated, condemned, or lacking. I no longer live from that conclusion. On the cross, Jesus revealed the lie of religiosity. To be dead to sins is not moral perfection. It is the cessation of agreement. I no longer tell lies about myself. I no longer feed identities rooted in shame, fear, or law-based thinking. I live now from aligned awareness. What Scripture calls righteousness is right seeing. The stripes are not wounds demanded by Elohim. They are the visible breaking open of limitations. They represent this dismantling of pressure, strain, and distortion that had been carried in the body. Through that release, divine health was revealed, not earned, not applied, but uncovered. Jesus did not come just to heal people's physical bodies. He came to heal their awareness. Divine health is not something I move toward. It is something I awaken to. It has always been present beneath a false identity. As that identity dissolves, life expresses itself freely again. Repeat after me. I remain here. False identity is exposed and released. I live from right seeing. Life flows without obstruction. Divine health is present, active, and permanent. Third John 2. Beloved, my strongest desire is that you thrive in understanding and live from divine health in every expression in the same measure that your sacred self is already flourishing in truth and awaken awareness, for an understanding expands. Identify rest and alignment. Life orders itself naturally, and wholeness is lived rather than pursued. I settle into the world of love and allow it to define the atmosphere. This is not flattery or preference, it is identity. I am addressed from love, not by instruction, not by correction, but recognition. To prosper is not to accumulate, compete, or acquire. To prosper is to thrive in spiritual understanding. It is clarity increasing. It is an awareness expanding. It is truth becoming familiar and lived. As my sacred self prospers in understanding, life naturally orders itself. Divine health is not separate from this thriving. It follows from understanding how light follows dawn. As awareness aligns with truth, the body responds without effort or persuasion. Divine health is the natural expression of a sacred self as rest and clarity. There is no hierarchy here. I do not wait for the body to change before I know truth. I do not wait for truth to mature before the body responds. As my sacred self prospers in understanding, divine health expresses itself in equal measures. Nothing is forced. Nothing is withheld. This is not a wish projected into future, but an acknowledgement of alignment already in motion. Love speaks what is true, and what is true unfolds. Please repeat after me. I remain here. I thrive in spiritual understanding. My sacred self prospers in truth. Divine health flows effortlessly from that knowing. I am beloved and I live from clarity. Philippians 2:13. For it is Elohim Ruach breath which is actively expressing within you both the inclination of awareness and the natural outworking of life, according to the good pleasure of breath, so that desire and action arise from inner alignment rather than striving, and what breath moves within is lived outwardly with ease, continuity, and the settled expression of divine health. I rest in that recognition that I am not the origin of life's movement within me. I am not required to manufacture desire, discipline, or direction. Elohim is already at work within me, quietly and continually. The will that arises in me is not pressure or obligation. It is not a forced resolution. It is the gentle inclination of awareness towards what is true. What I desire in alignment with truth is not self-generated. It is breath into awareness by Elohim breath within me. The doing that follows is not strain or performance. It's an expression. As awareness aligns, action unfolds naturally. I do not push life forward. Life moves through me. What is done follows from what is known. Elohim's good pleasure is not satisfaction gained from my effort. It is the delight in expression. It is Zoe life enjoying its own movement through willing awareness and embodied action. I'm not trying to please Elohim. I'm participating in what Elohim is already doing in and through me. This removes pressure from my body and from my awareness. I'm not driving myself. I'm being carried. Where life moves without resistance, divine health expresses itself without interruption. Please repeat these phrases. I remain here. Elohim is at work within me. Willing arises naturally. Doing unfolds effortlessly. Life moves freely through me. Divine health is present, active, and permanent. Repeat these statements. I come now to a place of rest. Nothing more needs to be added. Nothing needs to be proven. I'm not reaching for truth. I'm resting in truth. What has been revealed does not fade when the words grow quiet. Now I speak this to you. We allow everything we have heard, recognized, and remembered to settle deeply within us. These are not new ideas. They are awakenings. They are reminders of what has always been present beneath mistaken identity and inherited consequences thinking. We no longer carry effort in our body or striving in our awareness. Life is not something we sustain. Life sustains us. Breath within us knows how to express itself fully, gently, and without interruption. We release the need to monitor, to check, or measure ourselves. Divine health does not require supervision. It governs naturally, where awareness rests in truth. We trust what is already at work within us. We remain in contact with our divine mind. We listen inwardly. We move outwardly. There is no separation between the source and the expression. What breath is doing within us continues beyond this moment. We do not return to fear or delay or expectation. We live from recognition. What has been made clear remains clear. What has been revealed remains revealed. Repeat these statements. I rest here. I abide here. Life flows freely. Awareness is settled. The body responds naturally. Divine health is present. Divine health is permanent. And I remain at peace. And so it is. I encourage you to go back through these meditations and listen to them over and over and over until they become your thinking, your awareness, and your testimony, and your speech. I will leave the music on for a while so you can lay there and allow these words to radiate through you. And I pray that they will constantly come to your remembrance and bring a healing to your whole being, not physical healing only, but our awareness healing. Thank you for listening. If you are still with me, I am called Dr. Roy E. Richmond, but my character and authority and essence and consciousness is all based on love. So I love you. Go forth and love your world.